Well, the radar says the heavy stuff's still a few hours away, but snow is falling as we near kickoff at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll set up a throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Now you look at this Patriots defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again.
And here's Freiermuth again.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On play action, they'll throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Milton Williams in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 5 catches, 51 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Ball start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You look at this Steeler defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing here is May. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. The visitors' offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's a give up the middle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On the give, it's Warren. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Off
the play fake. He'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Austin.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll look to throw again.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The home team's offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the gun on 3rd down is May.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
7 yards there and a first down.
He'll look to throw.
He'll find Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'll drop to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Wilson's got it complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, number 6 overall.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's May.
That escapes the sack. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Looking to throw, May.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
They'll throw with May.
Short pass caught by Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
He finds Austin complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. It's brought in by Wilson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. From the shotgun, it's May.
He finds Douglas complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
To the air, May.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
T.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
To throw, it's May.
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Throwing here is May.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
They'll set up a throw.
Short pass caught by Henry.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
From the gun, it's May.
And Diggs has it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On play action, May. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, I think everyone is watching, but certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, aren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now back to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
From the shotgun, May with it.
He's got it. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
They'll set up to throw.
Got his man, it's Warren. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll look to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Second and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Here's May.
Douglas with a grab over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
They'll throw with May. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Keon White, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Gets this complete to Butte, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Looking to throw. May. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Douglas, the man in motion. 2nd and 14. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the shotgun, it's May. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Let's go now. Set up.
To the air, May.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with May. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
A handoff for Warren. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf.
And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Steelers, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.